Holy shit, it feels really weird to be back here. Like, look at those grey walls, it's so historic. I used to run my fingers through the walls as a child. I mean, this was my childhood. Can you really imagine growing up in Changi Prison?
My father was a prison warden, and that meant that his family had to live with him in the prison compound. Low-key, I still have a really bad phobia of crime, especially when the harsh realities of committing one was just right in front of you. Throughout my youth, I was subjected to physical and mental punishments. My dad called it discipline, but I call it torture. Sometimes it almost felt like I was one of his prisoners. Canings, getting locked out of the house, being made to face the eerie wilderness alone, accompanied only by the dead silence of the night. But it wasn't all bad. I mean, how many people born in the 90s can say that they lived in the Ulu Kampong or see huge planes parked in Changi Airport, which was actually your backyard? Where else would you find a neighborhood where all the doors were open and you lived shoulder to shoulder with everyone you loved and hated? Most of all, I remember the field where all the kids would play football. It was right next to the women's rehab center, and that always served as a reminder of where we lived. Still, as kids, we played without a care in the world. But as I grew older, the place began to feel suffocating. My mind was never at peace, and I started to feel like I was really imprisoned too. I wanted out. I even attempted to leave home with a used bus ticket when I was barely 9. Eventually, we moved into a HDB in 2003 as the quarters was being demolished to make way for a new prison. The surroundings changed, but the same strict regimental lifestyle remained. Finally, at 17, I made a decision to move out from my parents' home. Only then did I get my first taste of freedom. I was independent and no longer had to rely on my parents. It wasn't easy mentally and financially, but I never looked back since. Now I dabble in all sorts of creative work, from writing, acting, making music. If you were to tell that little girl who once skipped the school bus and walked 5 kilometers from the nearest bus stop to her fenced-in home that this was gonna be her life in 20 years? It all sounds dramatic as hell, but no way would she have believed you. It's merely a story of a girl who grew up beside a prison, and under those circumstances learned that freedom is a basic human right, and that nobody can take that away from you.